People, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. And everybody in the crew with him. I mean, with him.
Same question for you. Proud father.
There are clear tiers in boxing, and Terence Crawford just made it known where he stands. During a recent live interview, he did more than hint at criticism toward Gervonta Davis. He delivered direct and unmistakable comments. What began as a relaxed conversation quickly shifted into a pointed challenge, with Crawford openly questioning Davis's recent outings, the image built around him, and even casting doubt on the credibility of his latest victory.
Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in like, oh, this guy, you a meat lover.
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Y'all was doing the back and forth shit. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or
Man,
is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. I don't like.
Just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. No, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's, using what he got to shield him. Like, he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah.
He definitely got skills. He got power. He got tremendous boxing ability. But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
This goes far beyond simple promotion. Terence Crawford made it clear that he recognizes the attention surrounding Gervonta Davis, but he is not convinced by it. In his view, Davis has avoided the toughest threats, and those remarks immediately stirred discussion across the lightweight division. Any belief that tension between them had faded was quickly put to rest. The way Crawford delivered his message, both in tone and content, left a strong impression and intensified the rivalry.
You said going out on 3 fights. You know the last 2 fights you want to go out on? Yeah, the last fight you want to go out on. Like, who? Do you have anybody in mind? I'm saying no. I don't have my name right now. But I got somebody I want to call out after this fight. You said you got somebody you want to call out after this fight? Yeah. Who is that? I'm not going to tell you.
Is it Lomachenko?
Who?
Somebody asked Lomachenko.
All right.
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready. What you think about that?
Oh.
Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready.
I need 3 now.
Yeah.
Steven Espinoza said Shakur turned down a 1-fight deal to fight you because he wanted a multi-fight deal. What's your thoughts on that?
He's not worth it. He's not worth it. He's not even worth it. Anyways, got to fight somewhere else and prove himself, and then you feel me? You know how they got UFC and like the underground shit? You got to fight on the underground shit and then get that.
You got to go to the G League.
You have ideas?
The tension rose the moment the interviewer brought up Gervonta Davis' earlier remark, suggesting that Terence Crawford was motivated by money. Crawford's reaction showed immediate disbelief before he responded plainly that every fighter competes for financial reward and no one steps into the ring without compensation. His point went beyond cash, highlighting what he saw as double standards, since both men earn purses and build legacies at the same time. When the topic shifted to the idea of Davis moving up to 154 pounds to face him, Crawford answered calmly, saying he wished him well. The tone made it clear he was not pursuing that matchup and did not view it as realistic unless Davis was prepared to take on a far greater physical challenge.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight? Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow,
man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-count.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
There is a clear reason he still holds an unblemished record. He understands his value and refuses to risk the peak of his career on unrealistic fights against opponents who only managed to get by Lamont Roach by the smallest margin. Things took a turn here. Crawford went beyond questioning Tank's record. He broke down the bout step by step onto the apron during the fight and wiped grease from his eyes, which seemed unusual and created concerns about proper procedure. He suggested that such an action could potentially impact the contest and deserved closer examination. Crawford additionally discussed the referee situation, explaining how Steve Willis started the count, then suddenly stopped, which made it appear as if something outside the ring influenced the decision. He emphasized that these details went beyond normal boxing discussion and implied that the situation might not have been handled correctly. The statement sparked debate about fairness and transparency in the knockdown. Tank would not have secured the victory, and he believed Lamont Roach deserved the edge in that contest. He pointed out that hearing such a perspective from another top-level fighter is unexpected, yet it highlights Crawford's willingness to speak honestly rather than follow popular opinions. He emphasized that his comments were not about politics or protecting reputations, but about addressing what he viewed as the reality of the fight situation. According to his assessment, Tank appeared overly confident and may not have fully respected his opponent, which nearly resulted in him losing the match due to that mindset.
Cards. Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinsky scores it on 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scores about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
It seemed like everyone believed Gervonta Davis would overpower Lamont Roach, with ease treating the bout like a simple paycheck and expecting a spectacular knockout, followed by the usual post-fight celebration. But Roach changed the narrative by refusing to play the underdog role and turning the contest into something far more competitive and unexpected. From the opening round, he brought constant pressure, precise punching, and complete confidence. The fighter, who many thought would be an easy preparation, turned out to challenge Tank in a way few opponents ever have. He forced a difficult fight and pushed the limits of Tank's skills. Now consider the ninth round, the moment everyone held their breath when Tank dropped to a knee after absorbing a sharp right hand, followed by a body shot. It was not a simple slip or loss of balance. It appeared to be a strategic decision made in the heat of battle, and many observers believed it should have been ruled a knockdown.
How is this not a knockdown? Tank Davis was just exposed, man. What is going on in the sport of boxing, man? KDB Sports and Entertainment.
I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that.
It wasn't only Terence Crawford speaking out. Boxing figures, such as Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya, also shared messages on social media, insisting that it was a knockdown and arguing that there was no real dispute about what happened in the ring.
This is my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think a draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take the knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
That night, I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. Look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, that he should be disqualified.
The ref letting that slide change the energy of the fight, and honestly, it might have saved Tank's undefeated record.
I think the hardest punch I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Oquendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie. He a hard him.
The referee choosing not to rule it a knockdown shifted the momentum of the contest and altered how the fight unfolded. And many believe the decision ultimately helped Gervonta Davis keep his undefeated record intact.
And Gervonta Tank Davis just been released to the public. We know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, Roach and him back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about why Roach, because he signed and took the fight, you know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.